This portion of the podcast is brought to you by RageLifeFamily.com. Go to RageLifeFamily.com for all your latest and greatest festival gear, and with your purchase, type in Turn Up Iowa in the comments to receive a free customized Rage Life sticker. RageLifeFamily.com. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. This is Turn Up Iowa. Today's guest is the one and only Mr. JRL, Jacob Robert Lancaster. He joined me today in Turner Studios, and I greatly appreciate him giving me some time. He graduated from Iowa with a creative writing degree, I believe, and he's a really smart guy, cool dude. Met him at 515 Alive with Johnny Rage Life. So, without further ado, JRL.
Coming hot off royalty-free radio.
Hey. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for joining us, everybody. This is Turn Up Iowa. I have a special guest with me today, Mr. JRL. How are you today, sir?
Good. How are you, man?
Good, man. It's a Wednesday. It's rainy in Des Moines, August 10th.
We just heard there was some thunder.
We did. It was loud. Here's your case back, brother.
Thank you.
So, you just got back from New York.
I did.
How was that?
It was cool, man. It was really cool. I fucking love that city. There's really nothing other city. I don't know. Have you ever been there?
No, I have not.
You should for sure go to New York.
I definitely will. It's on the bucket list.
Yeah. After I went there, I just realized, I was like, oh, everybody who's doing cool shit in the world is trying to be like New York. You know, like, they're just like, oh, we're just trying to be as cool as New York. And New York's just like, we're cool as fuck. Like, that's just like what we do.
All the time. Every day.
Yeah.
How many times have you been there?
That would be my third time. We're looking to move out there. So that's why we're out there. We're visiting neighborhoods.
You and your girlfriend?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. She works in finance. So it actually kind of works out perfectly she works in finance, but specifically real estate.
Okay.
Like commercial real estate. And so.
Where at?
Fuck if I know. Some like 4-letter like cubicle hellhole out in West Des Moines.
Okay.
Like I went there once and it was so fucking sad.
It's in West Des Moines, though, you said?
Yeah. She yeah, I hate to just let it rip like that, but I looked at that and was like, there's no way you could get me to work in this place.
Everybody's different for sure.
Yeah.
So 3 times. How long have you been dating your girlfriend?
2 years now.
Okay.
2 years now. She's tight. She's cool. Definitely a big supporter of the music. Probably like the number one. She was like the one to push me to be like, yo, you should. Because I started making some demos alone because I was doing this completely alone. Like, I didn't have friends that did this. I don't know. I just like love this shit and I know how to write. So I was like, all right, I'm going to learn my favorite genre and I'm going to do this. So I just learned it by doing a shit ton of research. And I started making some tracks. Like, got all the shit online that I needed to. And then I started cutting some demos. And she kind of caught me red-handed because I like ordered a mic. She's like, why did you order a mic? And I was like, so here's this thing I've been doing. Kicked her some demos. And she was like, you should for sure keep doing this. I was like, tight. I'm going to keep doing this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was probably a year ago. A little over a year ago. Yeah. So I did a lot of research on the genre. Like, after I got out of school, I started creative writing at school in Iowa.
Sweet.
And so.
Did you graduate from there?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. So then I got out of school and like everything failed on me in the world. Like, just fucking all this stupid shit fell through. And then I was just like, all right, well, I love this genre. I'm going to figure this out. Like, I want to be able to create this. Also, I control my own destiny in it. Like, if I get really good at this, who knows what can happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, who knows what can happen? There's no ceiling to it.
Right.
And I can just do it with my voice. Like, I don't need like a lot of like, I mean, you obviously need equipment, but like, first and foremost, you got to figure out what's going on with your head, like how to use words and how to like spit them and like do what you need to do with them. And after that, I was like, no ceiling, this is the path. I'm going to go do it.
And when you did research, like, what did that consist of? Just like history of hip hop, or?
Yeah, so I read like all the texts available on it, which is pretty limited. There's only 2 books really that you can do it. One of them being a business book that like also tells the history because it's also history of the business. And so I did the history on that, and then also like I got a sales job specifically because I figured if I was driving that much, I could use that as research time.
Mhm.
So like it was perfect because I was in beer sales, so I sold beer. No one in the beer industry puts their pants on before 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Just how that works. They just don't get out of bed. They're just doing whatever, running a bar, who God knows what. So I would write from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Like that's my creative time. So it's perfect. So I would just write from that time. Then I go to work. Work took none of my creativity. I just gooned with people and just like used my people skills and just somehow found a way to monetize that. Really lucky to do that. And then at the end of the night, like that's I'd go record. But then in between those times where I was driving, probably, I don't know, like 20 to 30 hours a week, I was just listening to the whole history of the genre. So like just starting with all the original artists, working my way up, like, cause starting to figure out what makes great art within this genre. Like what are the qualifications? Cause there's not like a book, right?
Right.
So you can't like buy a book that says like, here's how to rap. Or I guess you can, but it's written by someone who's not a successful rapper. So why the fuck should you listen to
Right.
that?
It's like those books for dummies or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just not generic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's definitely unique. But the one thing to learn if you look at like real like rap history is like people that succeed are just them fucking selves. You know, like they don't try to be anyone else. They like try to figure out who they are as much as possible and make them just weird, unique people. And those are my favorite artists, at least. Yeah.
Who are your favorite artists?
Rakim, Big Pun, Big L, Das Effects. You ever listen to Das Effects?
Mm-mm.
Like weird, like surreal, like bump skitty bump, like weird shit like that, like all the time. Like
what's that called?
Almost like scatting.
Scatting.
Yeah, almost like scatting. It's great. Those guys are great. Obviously, the new killers like Eminem, Pac and Biggie, like, but some of the more obscure ones. You ever heard of Bahamadia?
No, man. I feel like you're just gonna dominate me with all these names.
No, dude, it's all good. Like I'm a total nerd. Like I'm just obsessed. It's at the end of the day. Like, I'm just obsessed with the genre. So like, there's this female rapper named Bahamadia. I think she's from New York, and her shit just totally slipped into history. Like no one talks about it. No one did it, but I was just like getting my fingers in every side movement of everything in the genre, and I discovered this like really kick-ass artist who's still alive. So I was like, I hope she's like still killing it somewhere. Cause she's got like a great album. Like it's
Have you looked her up?
I've looked her up. I believe she's still alive. I believe she lives in New York, which would be dope if I could go there and be like, "What's up? You want to get on this track?
Collaborate.
Bahamadia?
Collaborate. Yeah, for sure. What about like Atmosphere?
Like the Midwest dudes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Midwest dudes, like mad love, mad respect. Those guys fucking rule.
Yeah.
They do their own thing. They create their own culture. They kill it. They make great music. I loved Atmosphere growing up. Oh yeah. I mean, dude. There's only two types of people in this world: people that love tech and haters. Because that's it. Like, dude, tech's tight. Like, everyone likes tech, and it's like
Eminem's been on a tech album.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, God, I think Corey Taylor's been on a tech album.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he has.
Tech gets paper too. Do you know that? He's rich.
Oh, I would hope so.
Talking about indie dudes that kill it. Like he owns all of his merchandise. He's completely independent. Owns all of his merchandising. Owns all of it. Like does all of his tours like perfectly lined up, like so that they're like the most efficient way to make cash. They order all their merchandise straight from like China, so they get it as cheap as possible. Like, and he just runs his own distribution too. So like, they sell so much merch on tour, they have to send trucks back like in a cycle to pick up more trucks loads of merch from the warehouse where it all comes in, and then take it to wherever they're at.
Wow,
it's a mobile site.
That's nuts. He's a smart dude.
Tech9 is a very smart dude.
Orange hair and all.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does that anymore.
He's partnered up with a guy, so he has a business partner who does mostly, they just let Tech be creative, like just let him, give him all the resources that he needs and just let him do his thing. But like his partner is really dope. And I believe they split it 50-50, and Tech made $7 million in like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like recorded, or he like came out and said it. So that means that other dude's making $7 million too. Pretty tight. Wow. So their whole company makes $14 million, which is dope.
You should try to get like.
Sorry.
No, you're good, man. I'm just watching those waves, and mine are bigger than yours. And,
okay.
But no, you're good. So Midwest guys, yeah, you like them.
I'm like, I'll get weird about being a rap critic, but I'm like so supportive now that I'm like an artist. I used to be such a dick and a hater before, and then now that I like make it myself, I have so much respect for people. Just like, damn.
Just like any of them, or
oh yeah, pretty much anyone who's out there doing it, I give them mad props, and I'll never hate on. Like if you're out there doing it professionally, or if you're just broke as fuck doing it because you love it, mad props.
Yeah,
you know, like
because you're doing it because you love it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But before, when I didn't make this shit, I was like, people suck.
Mm-hmm.
But then like your ear gets way better when you start making it too. You're like, oh shit, like that guy's killing it. Right
Yeah,
now.
what he just said has some truth or
Yeah,
whatever, and
yeah.
it rhymes. Crazy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mortal Technique.
Mortal Technique. If you're asking my opinion on Mortal
Yeah.
Technique, he's sick.
I like Mortal Technique a lot.
Yeah, he is an absolute unique artist.
And I only say that because we were talking, I was just saying spitting truth, and he talks about propaganda and stuff like that. There's a lot of deep truth to what he says.
He
and it's
educates
powerful.
the people.
Mm-hmm.
He lets them know.
Mm-hmm.
That's good quality.
That
good
is.
quality. Yeah.
Oh, hip hop.
Dude, yeah. Do you listen to a lot of rap yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
At some point, you should listen to Desire Rashad record. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, we'll have to swap some stuff, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, how did this all come about? The rap game. You were a creative writer at Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to high school?
I'm originally from Sycamore, Illinois. Small town. Well, I guess it's not that small, but it's a town, I guess, in Illinois, right by DeKalb, by NIU. So, outside of Chicago.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, about an hour outside of the suburbs.
And how'd you find Iowa then?
I was a total jock in high school.
Since it's so far away.
Yeah, no, I was a total jock in high school, and all I cared about was like sports and just like meeting good-looking women, and I didn't pay very much attention to my studies, and so I just got really shitty grades, and I wanted to play sports, and Iowa was near there, and Iowa let me in, so I was like, "Tight, cool."
What sports did you want to play?
I was a wrestler since I was like 8 or 9 years old, all the way to into high school, and then I played rugby from about 8th grade.
And Iowa's a good wrestling school.
Yeah, well, I was, yeah. I had no desire to do the Iowa shit though, because like if you when you're at that level, you got to be just nuts. I mean, you don't even have a life,
right?
Too, so like
your job is wrestling.
Yeah, and I think there's a big difference between wrestlers and mat rats. You know, like what I'm saying. Like,
no, what's the difference?
There's a difference between like dudes who wrestle in their life, you know, and they were like they liked it, like the sport and everything, and they use it to their success moving forward. And then there's like mat rats that are those like little dudes that look like cavemen with like cauliflower ear, just like tripled over. You know what I'm saying? Always wearing real tree, always about to say something absolutely ridiculous. Some like horrible shit's gonna come out of their mouth. That's like total like please like don't say that in public. Like those are the type of like
rats.
Yeah.
So they just live to wrestle, and
they live to wrestle. They have some type of skin disease always, or a history of skin diseases. They have fucking
like
balls
ringworm and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
you know, some guy's gonna like puff his like traps up at a bar fight, even like he's like 5'6", just like ready to get nasty. It's like, come on, man, chill.
Well, you're a big guy. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
6'4". Yeah, I came to the door. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
6'4". You weigh 210.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. Play tight end or something.
No, yeah, I was not big into football. Like when I was in high school, just because our team was like losing, and it was like way too serious. Jack the dog chilling in the corner. Yeah,
making noises.
So yeah, I wasn't that big into it. I thought it was fucking lame. And I wasn't a dick to the coaches, and they still liked me after I was done. But like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore because I just had to go do my own thing. It was a blast, man. I mean, I started focusing more on rugby, got a lot better at rugby. It was a good time.
Well, you know your brain's safe since you didn't play any football. What about rugby though?
No, actually,
good
not
concussions.
Really. The thing is about
concussions,
not wearing
big concussions.
If you're not wearing helmets, you don't run your head into another person's head.
See, and that's a big argument.
That shit hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that shit hurts. So
that's what they've said. That would be an argument, like in the NFL, is to maybe like remove the face masks because you would be much more hesitant to go full blast and hit a guy
there'd be a really shitty period. There'd be a really shitty period of like people just playing like they used to.
Yeah.
A learning period. There'd be a hard learning curve on that one.
Yeah. Well, he went full speed, and that was the mistake there.
Yeah.
He broke his face. Huh. So you come to Iowa, and creative writing. So were you a writer in high school then?
Not at all.
No.
Not
How'd you
at all.
land on creative writing?
I wasn't.
Cute girls that you were chasing after?
No. Again, not the best student. But at the time, I had problems with insomnia. So it was always like the only thing I found that like, well, two things. I was like, well, if I'm up at this time, I'm gonna start maximizing this time to like learn shit or something. I'm not gonna sit here and just be pissed at the world.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, it took me like a minute to figure that out.
Yeah.
So then I started reading books, and that's like started like where I started using that time. Then also like was where I started falling asleep. So I was like, okay, tight. And so yeah, so I started getting into books that way. Plus, I had torn my ACL. I had 2 ACL reconstructions.
Jeez, in the same knee or
same knee?
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, sports are done. Like that's over. So
from rugby or
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Knee injuries are no good.
Oh, they're fucking. They'll put an end to things.
Yeah.
And it's weird at that time too. Like they're like very. They're very like fragile things, and I was just a freshman in college.
Yeah.
With this like busted knee, like that was supposed to be getting healed, and I was like hammered every night, and so it was just like did not go well. Did not go well for sure.
Yeah. Getting that liquid courage. My knee feels great.
Yeah. But back to it. Yeah. So I no longer. It's like it kind of found me, if that makes sense, because like I couldn't do sports anymore. It's like was everything in my life. I started reading books because of the insomnia. Started liking that, like, and I was like, okay. And then so I took an original class because someone said, you know, like this is easy, like classic, like college example. But then I got into it, loved it. Like took another class. My teacher there was like, who I'm actually still tight with, who's a great mentor. Her name's Carrie Howley. She was in grad school at the time, and she was like, you should do this. Like, she was like, you should really go pursue this. Like, this
really?
You're good at this. So I was like...
It's funny how it kind of all just worked out.
Dude, yeah.
Insomnia turns into...
There's something bigger there.
Creative writing.
Yeah. And so, and I didn't choose it, you know. It like funneled me in, you know. So then I did it, loved it, like had it really thankful for my education, like very, like crazy unique. Because I didn't take like any, outside of Gen Eds, like I didn't take like any business class or anything. Because basically I got an MFA, like just straight up, just like studying poetry, fiction.
What's an
essay.
MFA? Sorry, that's
a Master of Fine Arts.
Oh.
So it's like 3 years of, that's what like the Iowa Writers Workshop, stuff like that is.
Okay.
So like you get 3 years to get an additional degree, but all you do is like study your art form basically. So like whatever your craft or genre is.
I knew what that meant. I was just asking.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh, sorry.
You start to follow that.
Yeah.
And then the rap game kind of kicks in, or you've always been...
I always loved it. And like the first thing I ever wrote when I was like real young was like very, very young. Like the first thing I ever wrote was just a rap verse. And that's all, that memory's always stuck in my head. Like I was like...
Do you remember how old you were?
I was probably 8. And then I was just listening to it like classic, like listening to Eminem like under the covers at night, you know, because you had the like, you know, you had the explicit CD, and you were hiding that shit. Like,
how old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
Yeah.
Did I ask you that already? I don't think I did.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So you're 3 years younger than me. Yeah, that was when everybody had the Eminem CD.
Killing it, man. He was killing
and no parent knew. Or they knew and they just
knew, but they knew they like weren't sure what this thing was.
Yeah,
you know, like no one knew like what the fuck Eminem was, and he was just tearing shit up, and then people kept hating on him, and then he just wrote like satirical genius like pieces and threw it back in their face, and they thought he was serious, and then
the one with like Kill You and Stan.
Yeah,
it's probably like one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Marshall Mathers LP.
The LP.
That's the specific one I was listening to when I wrote that first.
Really?
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just remember being like, and that's always just like crazy. You know, it just sticks in your head and you don't forget it. You know, when you have that early of memory of something like that.
8 years old, listening to Eminem.
Yeah, yeah, man.
So is he your number one then, or not to be like?
It depends.
I feel like that's very
cliche.
Cliche, thank you very much.
Yeah,
You know, a white kid who raps.
It is very cliche, so I usually don't say it, but
Right.
obviously he's up there just because of like my personal experience with him, which is great, and then also just like the dude deserves it.
Yeah,
The dude
everybody
deserves
listens to Eminem.
Yeah, and if you dude. Even the new shit's like he likes killing like the pop shit.
Yeah,
Like,
with Rihanna.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah,
That shit's
exactly.
Like, not my. I don't listen to it, but like
You'll hear adults sing it.
Yeah, and I'm happy for him. Like he's
Yeah.
still making fucking hits.
Yeah,
You know, people evolve as artists. So.
Relapse and Recovery were probably like his last.
Yeah, Relapse was weird.
It was, dude.
Yeah.
When he talks Heath Ledger, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that was a bad period in his time.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be like it's like famous artists have like periods of their colors. You know, that's like someone's blue period. He'll have his pill period. Like that was just that weird pill period of Eminem's.
Crazy. So you're 8 years old. You're listening to Eminem. You go to Iowa, start writing.
For sure.
Oh, and you show your girlfriend a sample.
So I, before I met her, even way before that, I just decided like right after I got out of school, I was like, when I was managing this restaurant in Iowa City, so I was like, all right, on my days off, I was like, I'm gonna commit myself to this shit because like I didn't have a tight group of friends around. Kind of a low point in my life. I was living in this like just house full of partying savages that were just like doing this. There's just drug infested, you know, Iowa City shithole, as everyone's familiar with, you know, once or twice in their life. And I really hated it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start like making some plays to learn this shit. So that's when I started, and I had the idea for it. But I just researched it so much because I care so much about the genre. Like I really do. I love it. I'm like I said, I'm obsessed. I'm just a nerd. So like when I go into that like zone, that's when that's what right outside of that is when I decided, all right, this is what I'm going to get after this. This is what I'm going to study. This is what I'm going to go execute. And I probably didn't record anything for 2 years after that. So just like straight up at least 2 years of research plus an additional third if you consider that. Plus, I mean, more now. And I've just like full on like life committing research outside of what was paying me, that is.
Right.
Yeah.
So when did you take the dive? To like show other people besides like your girlfriend and your roommates and stuff like that.
Yeah, so what I did actually was I hand packaged 100 copies. I should have brought you one.
For sure.
So I burned and hand packaged 100 copies and then wax sealed them all.
Nice.
And then I shot those out to I got people's addresses and I just shot them out to them so they get them in the mail.
Sweet.
You know, I just thought that'd be like a dope.
Yeah.
You know,
cool little surprise.
That's how I'd want
what's up?
You know, that's how I'd want my music to be presented, you know, to whoever's paying attention, you know, the people I care about the most. So there, and they got it and they're like, this is awesome. Like, you should definitely go do this. So that was like my first step probably around March or April this year.
And were you doing everything like making the beats and all that stuff?
Stole the beats.
Oh, okay.
Stole them all. Just snatched them right off the internet. Because nobody was answering my emails. So I was like, it's like, you fucking producers, because I was doing this all alone just via the internet. So I was like, well, I can't make beats at the speed that I want to see beats be made right now. I could fuck these up. I'm going to steal these. I'm going to fuck these up. And if someone sues me, they'll sue me famous, hopefully.
Well, and if you're not selling it, I guess, and more just trying to get out there like, hey, I can rap and
I credited the producers on every song title.
Really?
So like it says like it'll tell you right there who's produced by and everything. So.
Okay, so you stole those beats. Are you gonna try to get with a producer then?
Yeah. So currently I'm working with a producer out of Iowa City right now. It's been cool. His name's The Cubist.
The Cubist.
Yeah.
Dope. I feel like I've heard of that.
He's a dope dude. Runs a studio in Iowa City. He's teaching me a lot of shit. Like just really just being super nice. Like just letting me come in on stuff because he knows I just love the shit. So like that's all what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
So he's been really cool about getting me in there. So I've been trying to write some shit to his beats specifically. Hopefully, like if we could put out a project, like that'd be dope. But a lot of it takes, it's a lot of time and hard work.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was wondering because I mean I know I've messed around with like Ableton and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's it's a science, man. It's work, and
Yeah.
let alone making something that really sounds good. Then you got to put the vocals to it.
Yeah, you're a director, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like rap gets like no love on the fact of like how like once you really get into that, it is a just straight up craft. Like those dudes, the dudes that really kill it, it is a craft, and they get not enough love because it's like a genre just like literally just like teeming with scrubs. So it's like, like sometimes rap is just the sideshow of America, especially just white rap. That'll just be ridiculous, Little plug issue.
Yeah, we just got a little feedback off that line. Oh, it's 6:15. We still got time.
Who's your favorite rapper, man?
That's a good question.
Who are your favorite rappers?
My favorite rappers?
List them like this. List your number one West Coast, your number one Midwest, and your number one East Coast artist within the genre. Where they were born. I know, we'll go with where they were associated with.
Okay, I was about to say, dang, dude, I'm not like that
They
good.
leave out Tupac. Yeah. Do you know Tupac's an East Coast dude?
He was born in the East Coast?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say Ice Cube for probably West Coast.
Ice Cube is dope. Ice Cube's very dope.
Midwest. Is that what you said to go next?
Yeah, Midwest.
Probably, I mean, I don't know a ton of Midwest. I guess I would know like Tech Nine and Atmosphere and
Chicago, though. Chicago's in the Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
There's a dude named Kanye West from Chicago.
Yeah, I don't. What, you like Kanye?
I love him, man.
Really?
I love him, man. I mean, his personal decisions, that's one thing, His personal decisions is one thing. If we're looking at the art has always been.
What did you think of Life of Pablo?
Life of Pablo? I listened to it first. I thought, wow, this is god awful. And then again, like all the stuff.
I feel like that's what a lot of people do with the Kanye albums.
Yeah,
like 808 and Heartbreaks. I thought that was a big piece of shit when I listened to it. But then it was like, because he never even rapped. Like it was just beats.
Yeah.
And they were dope beats, and you just wanted him to start flowing, and you're just like, come on, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And he sings some stupid little verse, and then the song's over, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. The Kanye stuff, though, is like hard. It's hard just because you always have your first reaction, and it really does just push the genre so much that like the stuff that he does with samples and like his production in general, also the way it pairs with rap or other people's production, he uses a lot of other people's shit. But like, just the way that he uses those things, like, and if you really know the genre, it's like, goddamn, like it grows on you too. Like those second, thirds, that's when you really start appreciating it.
Well, and I listened to Graduation. Was that what that album was? Yeah. I mean, like I rocked that all the time when it first came out. Yeah. And I remember The Wire, that song, because he got in the wreck.
And, Through the Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember, I just, I guess maybe I shouldn't get that personal stuff involved in it. Because like you said, when you just listen to the album, I like it.
Yeah. Dude, if you look at the history of artists throughout the world, they're all assholes. Like, they're all like, if you look at the history of their actual lives, it's like 90% are assholes and like 10% are like the dopest people in life.
And they're probably not as popular as the people who are assholes.
So it's yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because Kanye West is, he's an asshole.
Yeah, for
Hands
sure.
down.
For sure, he's an asshole.
He's super rich and famous.
Yeah.
But he's an asshole.
Yeah, for sure. But he is, like, there's some, I feel like he just has this also extremist personality where, like, obviously the narcissism plays into that, but, like, he's always on, like, extremes of, like, I care about the world, or, like, care about, like, he gets these highs and lows that get pretty nutty. Yeah. And he does it in public really drunk. So, like, that's not the best strategy.
He's silly. That's interesting. I thought you would say you don't like Kanye.
No, actually, I love that dude. People throw me shade all the time about it because I do love him. I think he's great. Personal decisions, it's one thing, but the music's tight as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what he was doing on SNL when he was like dancing around with big black eyes and stuff, kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, he like, but that's like he's
an artist. That's his art.
Dude, yeah, and he's doing it on a level that like people don't do. Like he'll like do some weird ass shit like that, and like, okay, yes, he takes the risk, but like
He doesn't get off stage and he's like, man, I hope everybody really liked that.
No, he's like, that was dope. I know it. It's like his head. He's like, that was dope. I know it. If you don't get it, you're not with it.
F you.
Yeah. But he like does different shit and like pushes art into he pushes art right into like you said, right on this SNL. Or like you would need to see some like weird shit in like a warehouse in Brooklyn, like to get that like type of like live action. And he's doing it right in your living room. That's why I love the dude. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'll give you that. I'll give you all that. He is a performer and an entertainer, and he's good at what he does, for sure.
And he whips the media like a motherfucker.
He trolls all the time, man.
He knows how to troll. He knows how to get him riled up.
So you package up your CD.
Yep.
And, I didn't answer the East Coast, but I'm going to say Tupac because of what you told me.
Not Big. Big's tight, man.
No, I say Tupac.
Tupac.
Because you told me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, Tupac or Ice Cube. So then I can get those two.
Win-win. Smart man.
But, so you package your CD. So that's like, kind of like, what you hear like Jay-Z did, like selling his albums out of the back of his trunk and stuff.
Yeah.
He just took a shot, made 100 albums.
Yeah.
And sent them to people.
Yeah.
Got good responses.
Mm-hmm.
Then what?
Then I was like, all right, well, I need to quit my job and commit my whole life to this shit. Now it's time to do it. I don't have kids. Like, I need to go do it. So, funny story, I threw like this Wolf of Wall Street sales meeting at the brewery at Exile. And then the next day, still drunk, my boss called me in to give me a raise and I quit. I just did it right off the cuff.
Whoa.
It felt real natural. It really did. I'm not gonna lie. It was like the most natural thing I'd done. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I gotta go do this. And I gave him a month. So I said at the end of June.
A month is better than a lot of people give.
Yep. I was like, at the end of June, I'm done. And so, yeah, I've just been straight up pursuing the rap shit since.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like Texas Hold'em. You're all in, man.
You have to do it at least some point to figure out what you're going to produce. Like, I've learned a lot about myself, like the way I produce as an artist, just by doing this. Like, just by dipping off into this level. Not to say that I won't have a job again. Probably will pretty quickly here. Just because I've learned, like, if I have that, negative energy, I put more positive energy towards my art, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like now it's
for
like,
sure.
Yeah, but now that I have all this time, it's like I don't cherish it like I used to.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I'm like,
definitely. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think all the time in the world you could make the dopest stuff, but if you don't have anything to talk about or think about,
and it is just such an uninspiring space to be where I'm at right now. I'm just like, I'm living in Iowa City. I've lived there for a minute. I went to school there. Like. Not a lot of artists in the area that like want to collaborate or like, go get shit done, like do wild stuff. And not a lot of rap shows.
Interesting. Yeah.
Not a lot of rap shows in Iowa at all. Not a lot of rap culture at all.
There's a few sometimes, right? Like
yeah. There's some like
Lupe goes to Iowa City, doesn't he? Sometimes.
No, I mean touring artists for sure come through.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I thought they did a lot of
town,
rap shows.
Yeah, but like not like local shit.
Gotcha.
Like people like trying to like work some shit out and like cool scene shit. Like, and that's what really drives you to the next level. Anyone that's came out of a dope spot no one. If you look at the actual history of rap, like all these individuals that succeed never succeed individually. Like they're always with groups or like scenes. Right. Or they have a really good team and they have really good strategy.
Have you ever thought of like doing like YouTube stuff or?
Yeah. I shot a video. I've shot a video that's in the works right now too, so I'll let you know about that. It's coming down the line for a song I wrote called No Hook, No Chorus. So
you wrote it? Is that what you did at 515?
No, at 515 I just wrote a wild freestyle verse and and then I just said a bunch of vulgar shit in public. It was great. I mean, to me, it was a blast.
It was cool. The video's on the what you're watching right now. You'll see JRL rapping.
Yeah, he getting after it. It was a hot day. I was sweating.
Yes,
Everyone was sweating.
Yeah, it was very hot.
And like the only thing to drink was Red Bull, which got weird.
Yeah, everybody's hot and sweaty and all hopped up.
And then naturally chugging taurine into the dome.
Jesus. What's taurine?
It's like the active ingredient in Red Bull.
Oh, yeah. Like ginseng, taurine.
Yeah, it's like from
caffeine.
I believe it's actually like an animal byproduct. Like it's from bulls. Like touring is specifically.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what makes it kind of controversial.
My dog's gonna drive me nuts.
Your dog's tight as fuck, though.
I know, Jack is cool.
Nice dog.
So like with a YouTube channel, I mean that's nationwide, which is cool. So if you got like with a producer who could make you beats like Cubics, like you were saying,
Cubist.
the Cubist,
Yeah.
the Cubist.
The Cubist.
You could throw those up on YouTube, get likes, subscribes, and things like that. Just because I would imagine it's pretty tough to distribute.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of learning right now, especially like through this whole process, that I really want my art to be separate from like my main means of income for a minute. Like if I don't know, I just like it like that. Like I want to like make my money and then like also have this side space that like I can just perfectly just do my own thing in.
Yeah, like a studio.
Yeah. Or I mean, just in general, like if I got a different, I don't know, like did something entrepreneurially, ideally would be the goal. Like just to start some certain types of businesses, but just to keep that creative freedom, because sometimes when you're writing, it just changes your whole fucking view on shit. When you got to write for cash, all the time.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like, some people do it extremely well. Other people ends up causing them problems creatively.
You can't care about that and probably not have it show in your music.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
yeah. Plus, I want to give away my shit for free.
Yeah.
Like, for a while. Like, I would love, like, that's like, I would really like to do that. If I could, like, find, like what I love what Chance the Rapper's doing. I think that's awesome that he's literally just giving it out. Like, letting the people have it. I mean,
and so then he just makes money off shows then, or
touring, merchandise, endorsements. He also gets you make a lot of money off features that people don't realize. And there's like no cost to that. So
features.
Yeah. So like if I'm a rapper, I can call up like, if I wanted to, I guess I could call up Chance at like his management and try to get to the artist and then ask him for a feature. So then he like comes back and just says like $10K for me to get on that verse.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's a feature. So like, but like sometimes if you're like a dope artist, you just swap with other people. That's what like mostly like the real big successful guys do. They just swap with one another. But like if you're like Lil Yachty, like I don't know, are you familiar with Lil Yachty? He's like
everybody's gonna be like, "Gosh, John, you suck."
No, it's all good, dude. It's all good, man. This dude's like this. He's got red braids. He's like built this really good brand for himself. 18-year-old kid. And he's called Lil Yachty, and he just went on record and was like, "Yeah, I charge $3,400 a feature." So it's like, yeah, so like just getting hit up on that shit, that helps a lot. Like increase your revenue. Plus, like he just puts a lot into his brand. Like his personal brand is gonna like be like wickedly valuable. Which I think is a very smart strategy as of right now.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a lot more to it than just the music.
It is for sure chess. It is not checkers. It is not checkers for sure. Like the more and more I research it, like, I mean, but we like, the artist gets screwed pretty much all the time, especially as you get larger. If you don't stay independent, like artists usually get screwed. But then again, like people don't realize that a lot of your success is just your brand. Period. Like we see this often. Where like a shitty album comes out, but like everybody likes it because that person's brand is like absurdly raging.
I think of Rihanna at this moment.
I love Rihanna. I love what she's doing.
That work song is bullshit. It's the worst thing ever.
Have you heard the reference track?
No, I don't know.
So there's these things in the business called reference tracks where like people will they'll like take a beat, write it, sing it, everything, and then they'll just shop it. So like, they just shopped it. So this dude named Party Next Door out of Toronto wrote and did a reference track for Work from Rihanna. You can find it. It's online now. But then like Rihanna just like they make it. They put a price tag on it for like $500K, right? Rihanna comes in. She hears it. She has like a producer that says, you should do this. You'd fucking kill this track. She buys it for $500K, kills the track, makes like, 2 to 10 mil. Depending on how crazy that gets internationally and like how much she really wants to tour off it.
And it's called a reference track?
A reference track, yeah. Yeah. So there's different ways to make cash too that you don't think about.
I mean, well, that's a big reference piece of shit in my mind. I just don't like that song. I can't even understand what she's saying.
Dude, human beings are a lot more simple than you think, than we all think. Like we're pretty We like really simple, dope shit in the world.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should discredit simplicity. Like doing great, simple stuff is some of the hardest stuff to do.
Well, I'm not hating on like simplicity. I'm
Yeah.
hating on Rihanna's a talented woman.
She's the shit, man.
I mean, she
Yeah.
can sing. I've heard a lot better, I guess, is
Okay.
what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when somebody puts out a track, you have that expectation, at least I do, of, like, if I hear, oh, Drake put out a new track, and if it sounds like he threw this together in 20 seconds, you're going to be a little disappointed. At least I am.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess I'm not. I was just trying to make the point to what you were saying, that people will like it simply because of who it is.
Yeah.
You know, oh, it's the new Rihanna track. Great. I love it.
Yeah.
You haven't heard it yet. I know I'm going to, because it's Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know, and some people are like that.
Yeah.
And like
Well,
that.
people in general, they don't know what they like. They like what they know.
That's valid.
And every time Rihanna comes out with a track, everyone knows about
and
it.
it's on the radio
Yeah.
over and over and over
Mhm.
again, and everybody's just saying,
Yep. It's a fact. It's an effective strategy, though.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. So, you're fully invested in rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Are you making an income doing shows or
Shows, merchandise helps.
nice?
Um,
And you have a website. I've seen it.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Yep. It's just JRL.works. Go check that shit out. I hand designed it myself.
I was
so,
gonna say, yeah, it looks like a drawing. And
Yep. Drew it out myself, and it's like the logo for everything. And
what do you sell on there?
I got tees. I got man tees
Sweet.
and stickers.
Like just designs you created, or
Yeah, I got obsessed with it. I was
Sweet.
like, these are cool. Like, definitely want to do a lot more in the future. Like, if I can see success at that point, I would love to design my own merch forever.
nice.
Like, just like, oh, this is cool. Like,
You should touch base with Rage Life.
I don't think Rage Life's ready, man. I don't think Rage Life's prepared for that, man.
For your obsession.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't know if he's ready for the sickness, man.
Well, who knows?
This is Iowa, man. This is the home of corn. Are you down with the sickness? You a corn fan?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. That wasn't corn though. That was Disturbed.
Was it?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
That's okay though.
Yeah.
I do like corn though. Freak on a Leash and stuff.
Yeah.
I listened to them.
Slipknot's tight as fuck, too.
Did you get to see them on Friday? Last Friday? They were here with Marilyn Manson.
No, I was
Obviously
in New
not.
York.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been dope, though.
I heard Marilyn Manson wasn't that great, but I know
Really?
Slipknot was really good.
I've heard amazing things about Slipknot.
Oh
I've
yeah.
heard they're amazing live. Did they sell out Wells?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Good for them. They should
I
be
hope
able
they
to
did.
come into Des Moines and sell that out immediately.
Yeah.
How, like,
I guess it's been 12 years since they've played here.
really?
Yeah.
That's their home market?
Yeah.
Dude, that's bad on Des Moines, man. Des Moines should, like, love and support
Yeah. They're huge.
Slipknot. They're from here, and they slay it.
I mean, they got the racket because they're the loud, you know.
I mean,
just feel
yeah,
like
it's not
old-
like the
it's-
cheeriest shit you've ever
Well,
heard.
but I mean, production-wise, I'm sure they just kill it. I mean, and I actually work with one of the guys who does like audio and stuff for them, and he said they were super cool. They didn't bring a bunch of crap that they don't use and make you unload it and stuff for them to not even use it. And he said
Yeah.
they were chill, and it was awesome. So,
Tight dudes.
yeah, mad respect.
They did an album with Rick Rubin.
Really.
Yeah, they did.
They've done a lot.
They're fucking
Corey
dope,
Taylor
man.
goes a lot of different ways.
They are dope, man. They are just straight up.
Thunder again? It's raining outside pretty good.
It's getting crazy out there, man. Good thing we're in this basement. I might have to tuck and roll quick.
So you got your website, you're doing merch, you're doing shows. You have any shows coming up?
Yes, I'm playing Need Pizza Saturday. I believe the
Need Pizza.
27th.
Is that in Iowa City?
It is in Cedar Rapids.
Oh, cool.
So it's a pizza restaurant. Dudes are super cool. They make great pizza. If you see them, if you're in the area, definitely buy that. It's great. Been supporters literally since day one.
Really?
So I sent out.
Do they have a stage and stuff, or?
I don't think so. They're doing like this night farmers market thing, right? But they want to like keep this banger going. They want to get it crazy, so they're like, "Yeah, we want to like sign you up for the show." So I was like, because they work all the time. Like two dudes who own it, like really cool young dudes, and they are like, you know, like, we really want to do the show and we want to come see you, but like, why don't you just do a show here? Because like, we'll get a crowd till 2 a.m. shit like that. So like, type, yeah, I'll fucking sign up.
What time are you starting? It's like a competition show?
No,
or
I think it's just like a late night show we're just gonna put on, just get crazy.
Entertainment.
Yeah, yeah.
What time does it start then?
Fuck if I know, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be really funny.
Do you know where people can find out information on it?
Yes. Please follow me at JRL Rights for everything, like IG, Snap, Twitter, that shit. But also Facebook's probably the best way as well.
Cool.
And if you get a hold of me too, I should probably get you on this too. So I have an email list called the Chilluminati.
Okay.
People that know, the chill people on the inside that know what's up with what's going down.
Nice.
So I usually kick out emails to that when like new stuff's coming up.
Oh, it's for new artists.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was telling him earlier that I struggle finding new artists in the hip hop culture.
This is just stuff like news of what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I totally effed that up.
No, it's all good. But I do. I mean, I've like literally just considered just being like just blogging, just putting my own stuff out there,
Cool.
like the stuff that I love, just because. I mean, I love it and I
Yeah.
love sharing with it. And if you can meet people on the internet via sales that love the same shit, why not?
Absolutely. So Facebook, all the social media norms.
Yeah.
You got a show Saturday.
Yep.
Anything else coming up big or?
I'm moving to New York.
When is that?
I probably give it a month till I'm out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just leaving us?
Yep. I'm dipping.
This is Turn Up Iowa.
I'm sorry. I'll be back.
supporting
baby.
Iowa.
I told you we're getting huge.
That's
we're going
right.
Out. We're getting
That's right.
fucking crazy huge.
You started in Iowa.
And then I'm coming back. I'm rolling through the basement after we get done selling out wells like fucking Slipknot. And then I'm gonna do the basement interview, and then we'll dip out for the rest of the international tour.
Very
of course.
Nice. Very nice. Well, don't forget about us.
Never, man. You got to keep it real.
Well, cool, man. So you're gonna do a little performance, a little freestyle for us. A little acapella.
I got some
or-
verses.
Okay.
I got a couple verses.
Very dope. And you want to do it behind some music, or?
No, I can just let me just hit it like acapella.
Okay.
These are
Dope.
like basically kind of like, I don't know, like poems I've been working on, just as like just like singular things, but they're also rap verses.
Sweet. Go for it, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready. Whatever you need.
I get thoughts like I'm an animal, but I'm stopped by something intangible. I can grab that handle though and get a grip. Rhymes in my mind, I'd let them rip, but I just take a hit and then I make a hit. Still don't know what to make of it, not hating it, but the relationship's kind of fucked up. Then I knuck up at age 8. Remember that to remain great. My brothers shared the same fate. Dad liked to maintain hate and beat the fuck out of us. They argued so loud in us. Kids got the bruised ribs. I sin, but the truth is the drive is so ruthless. Cause I use these 2 fists, now I use these 2 lips. Divide and execute shit. I lose it, then I come back. Pen stems straight from that. The grit's legit. That's how I rip these hits. It goes down.
Damn, dude. Woo. Very nice.
I told you, we're coming back. We're selling out wells. We're getting fucking loco, dude.
Very nice, dude. And that's just something you just started writing?
That's actually, that's a selection. It's a verse from a song that I wrote, but I don't really want to perform live at all anymore. But I love that little like snippet.
For sure.
And I think that's a microcosm of the whole song in general. And if you can,
It's got some deep lyrics.
Yeah, and I think, and like I love just like compact, like just perfect little compact things, especially in art, because like don't waste my time,
Yeah, with all the filler.
Dude, time is a very precious thing, so it's like do
Yeah.
valuable things.
Yeah.
Do valuable things in the world.
Got them rap burps.
You gotta get those rap burps. I'm trying to think of the other one I wrote. It's fun. They're like, it's weird. It's like you find like this rhythm and like it comes out of nowhere, and then like you snap right back into that like just mental, like oh.
Now, do you do like rap battles or?
I did one rap battle and I lost. I'm
Bet.
0-1 as a rap battlist, but you know what doesn't matter in this world anymore? Rap battles.
I was about to say. I mean, I feel like that's just such a lost. I mean, who do you hear like, oh man, that guy just killed it in the battles and he came up? And,
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's a cool part of the culture, but like, I mean, like, it's kind of lost. And what really matters is like writing. You're writing.
Yeah.
You're recording and performing live.
Yeah. How long did it take you to write that? What you just did?
That?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. A minute. I mean, like, because I'm like a big like.
And by a minute, he means a hip hop minute, which is longer than 60
No,
seconds.
sorry, more than that. No, sorry, no.
No,
just, like,
yeah.
probably like I don't know, a couple of days, like, and then like I'm a different writer. Like, I just don't. A lot of dudes do that, like first thought, best thought, like just like slaughter shit.
Mm-hmm.
So jealous. Would love to do some shit like that. But me as an artist, I'm a different person. Like, I'm just a perfectionist, perfect, like all the time.
Well, you have that unique. I mean, your creative writing. That's gonna come through. To where you just said, you know, like, I don't know if it's true, but you said the dad hitting or whatever, beating the shit out of people. I mean, you're going to be able to go deeper because your vocabulary, your word bank is going to be stronger, and you're going to have a stronger knowledge of the way that the English language works.
Yeah, I guess. But like, and then too,
not to kiss your ass or anything.
Oh no, yeah. But I mean, like, a lot of it too just comes down to just like instinctual connection, which like you can't teach that. Like you can't go like take a class on like instinctual connection amongst beings.
Right.
That's not like a class.
No.
It'd be a dope class to take though. You know?
Yeah.
There we go. Then we'll be teaching. That's the next thing we're doing after the world tour.
This guy is an entrepreneur like no other. He makes his own shirts, and he's going to run the world after this.
After the world tour, we fucking just start teaching classes.
What's we didn't even tell everybody. JRL stands for.
Oh, those are my initials. Jacob Robert Lancaster.
Jacob Robert Lancaster.
Yep.
It's like a politician.
Yeah.
Jacob Robert Lancaster.
Yeah.
And it's Jacob. Well, no, it's JRL Writes for Everything. What's that mean?
So, like, for Twitter, for Instagram, for...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a handle for everything. It's just JRL Writes. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's everything. All the music's free on SoundCloud. I'd like to keep all the music free forever if I could, but sometimes... Eventually, it's going to be business, you know?
Right.
Just going to end up costing me a lot of money, so it's like...
Yeah, I mean, what are you using for equipment right now, you know?
I work out of a studio called ESD Studios in Iowa City.
Yeah.
Man, shout outs to them. Those guys are really cool. Like, and they're just there because they love it. You know, like, I mean, obviously they're trying to make money too, but a lot of those guys are. I mean, that's the fucking.
They support you because your love for it. Then
they don't really even know me, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just am like the dude in the corner, just like paying real deep attention and
for sure.
Yeah, right now. And also like I'm learning like production plus engineering and mixing, and then also recording as well.
Sweet.
But I'm just kind of right now, like I'm just kind of like the quiet guy, just learning.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Are you looking to get like equipment and stuff so you can be at home with it,
sure,
or yeah?
I mean, like if I could, I'd just stay completely independent.
For sure.
Do it that way, like not deal with. And if I could make my own beats, like the second I can start making my own, I just have really high standards for beats. So I can make like weak beats, you know, or like very simple beats,
little drum pad beats and stuff.
But I fucking love beats, you know. So it's like I want to have the dopest beats,
you
know. So that for the time being, I'm still purchasing.
For
It's
sure.
It's like eating out. It's like right now I'm still eating out, you know. I'm like still at the restaurant, but like eventually I'm gonna start cooking. You know?
For sure. Yeah. Yep. You're using their food right now, but eventually you're gonna make your own. Well, cool.
And that verse is true.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's deep.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It is. It's the part of this genre too that I've like found that I really loved, like outside of just even like any type of like, I don't know, like commercial success, is just that like it gets a lot of shit out of me as well that like I would never write in any other genre. And like the fact that I can just like, you know, had a bunch of stuff packed in for a long time, if you can just let that out and then also share that with people.
Do you ever do things to impact the way that you think? Like drugs? I mean,
so
not to like say, what drugs do you do? Like, but
I mean,
weed is obviously a common thing for rap. But I look at it like, have you ever thought of doing like a float tank?
No, what's a float tank? Is this like some like...
This isn't a drug. This is...
Sorry. I thought it was like, if you're doing a float tank, I was like, what the fuck is a float tank? It includes a 9-iron, peyote.
No. No, it's an isolation tank. So
with like the saltwater thing.
Yes,
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
have you ever thought of doing that? Like, because it just eliminates.
That might be loco.
Yeah,
that might be some shit I should look into.
Could like maybe open up some secret doors, secret pathways to the way you think and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the drugs thing. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of like, it's rated. Like, you know, it's like it's totally rated. Like some people like it's not overrated or underrated. It's just like I think some people just have to take something to allow them to escape to a different place, you know, or like to reach a higher level mental thought of like vibration, you know.
Yeah.
But like personally, I think you can do it sober and like and like I mean I've done them both. I've done them both, and like they both yield like similar results. But I think some of the best shit I ever wrote was just like stone sober.
Stone sober, yeah. And I guess
But also, I mean, I wrote some good stuff after drinking like half a bottle of bourbon.
Right. And
so you can't eliminate all options.
And yeah,
you know?
like I guess like Lil Wayne is just constantly smoking and drinking scissor.
Future
and just dropping craziness.
Future straight up said that like the syrup like definitely affected his music. Like how he like approaches the music and stuff like that.
I just heard Soulja Boy was just giving mad props to it. He's just like, dude, I don't write without this stuff.
Yeah. It was on Vice.
Maybe that's what.
Yeah. He's like, I just started drinking this and I just started making hits. Yeah. I was like, oh well.
Damn, where do I get some of that?
Yeah. Syrup's a dangerous thing though.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that stuff.
It's a dangerous thing.
No, and I was just literally thinking, it's like, float tank, man. If you could open up some pathways and get outside of the brain, because it eliminates, all your senses. Yeah. You can just literally think. So. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have plenty of inspiration.
It's difficult though. I mean, like, I just like live in a basement and write my ass off all the time, which very easy way to go crazy doing that.
I bet.
Especially I'm an extrovert. Like I like meeting new people, doing new things, like being out with people.
So this was right down your alley, doing this podcast.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. I mean, it's dope. I mean, never been on a podcast, but I like the podcast. I guess now I'm a podcast fan.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Did you have anything else coming up besides the show at the pizza place?
Yeah, that is all currently. I would love to get. There's a Des Moines like hip hop festival now that I had no idea was going on.
Yeah,
and I would love to check that out and be a part of that if I could, but I don't know.
Will you still be in town?
Yeah, I should be for sure. People in Iowa with the creative shit, like they're starting to get together.
Yeah,
not as much as they should, but they not yet. Like they still got a lot of work to do, but like they're starting to get together.
Yeah,
and like stuff like this podcast, I think this is great. Like. I hit up an artist out of Cedar Rapids that I really like. This dude named T.A10. Like, he's good shit. Like, he makes great shit. And he was like, I totally understand why. I'd probably be the same way too with other artists. But he was like, I don't know if we will. Like, if I'm really doing collabs right now too, I'm just kind of figuring out my shit. Like, totally understand that. 100%. That's how I usually am. But then I was like, you got to cross
the bridge eventually.
Yeah, you got to cross the bridge eventually for sure. But then also like, okay, if there's local fans in Cedar Rapids, they should be crossing paths with local fans in Des Moines.
Right.
Like they should be crossing, like they should all be like shared things. They shouldn't just be like little, cells that are all separated from each other. Like,
how will you ever expand?
Yeah, if there's local, this is true with like anywhere in the world. It's like there's local networks. Like you have the internet now. Like all local networks should be connected to the benefit of all people.
And that is why I like this. The concept of this show is, I'll interview anybody who has an interesting story and is in Iowa and. Is doing something with music or art or anything. So, well, cool, man. I think what you're doing is cool. I saw you kill it at 515, and that was really, really cool.
Trying to line up a Des Moines show. I'm trying to line up a Des Moines show for the crew. The crew is extended. More people have like started like seeing like what I'm doing.
You should really talk to Johnny Rage.
Okay.
Really talk to Johnny Rage.
I need him up.
Especially if you come to Des Moines.
Yeah.
Often. I mean, as much as you.
Dude. We need to fucking line one up. We need to get
one
popping.
Yeah, there's a big party this weekend that he's throwing. Or, well, it's being thrown for his buddy. Well, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying, yeah.
He's always doing something. He's plugged in. Yes, and he does Wacky Wednesday every Wednesday.
And he does Wacky Wednesday.
Every Wednesday at your house.
He gets fucking wacky. Shout out to Johnny Rage. Johnny Rage Life himself.
Yep, absolutely.
Catch him Wacky Wednesdays. You know, you need to get my buddy T-Hack on this.
Absolutely, man.
He is the coolest dude.
Sweet.
You can. I don't know if you can ever make this dude upset. He's the man.
Let's hook it up.
Yeah.
Let me know, man. Well, cool, man. Everybody check out, right under the video, you'll find JRL's website.
Yes, please check it out.
Absolutely.
Free music for all.
Free music. It's on SoundCloud.
Mhm.
He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's
Yep.
on it all.
Yep.
JRL writes for everything. Also, check out his show out in Cedar Rapids.
Need Pizza.
Need
Cedar
Pizza.
Rapids. I believe
It's on your website.
it'll definitely be updated via all social media outlets. And I will for sure be doing it Saturday the 27th. Saturday the 27th, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Need Pizza.
Oh, so that's in a couple Saturdays away.
Yep,
Gotcha.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
I thought it was this Saturday.
Nope, I
You
got
have
a
a
wedding,
wedding
this
this
Saturday.
Saturday. Gotcha.
Independence. It's like a water.
I have my
wedding.
high school reunion this Saturday.
Really?
10 years.
You gonna go and just blaze the motherfucker? You gonna rent
Nah,
a? You gonna
I
rent
don't
a
really
car?
want to go.
You gonna rent a Rolls Royce.
Rage Life
Show up.
said he
smoking
wanted
a
to
blunt.
rent a Ferrari to his. His is Saturday too.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, cool.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Fuck it, man.
I'd
It's
just
your
be like,
tenure.
yeah, this piece of shit too. The Royce is in the shop right now. It's my
I'm-
Ferrari.
Yeah. What are you prepared for that mentally?
The
Are you
reunion.
excited for it? Or are you like?
No.
Are you just gonna hate it?
Everybody that's like talking about the reunion, I wasn't friends with.
Okay.
You know,
Sad. As is life.
it'll be weird, but I'm gonna go with my buddy John Pugh. Shout out. He was
Shout out
the
to John
best man in my wedding.
Shout out to John Pugh, the best man. The
Coming
best
from Chi-Town.
fucking man, straight from Chi-Town.
Yeah, he lives in Chi-Town right now. So
What high school was it? What high school did you go to?
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt High School, Rough Riders. Represent. 10-year reunion. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Woo.
Class of 06. Get lit.
That's right. Well, man, I greatly appreciate you coming on.
No,
here.
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you for having
absolutely,
me.
man.
I
We'll
hope-
do it again when you
so.
come back from New York. Just
Telling
don't
you.
forget about us.
Telling you, man. Telling you. We're just going to fucking get crazy successful. And we're going to come back and do the Basement Podcast. And we're gonna... Shout out to Jack the dog. Shout out. I'm just going to kick some shout outs.
Sweet.
Shout out to DJ T-Hack. Shout out to DJ Rich Rock. Shout out to EST Studios. Shout out to Cameron McLeod. That guy rules. Also, shout out to Johnny Rage Life, Killer. And shout out to John for this podcast. Turn Up Iowa. We're out.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for